Doubt. It's the shadow that clings to you, that follows you wherever you go. It doesn't need permission to enter your mind. It lives there, nestled in the corners, watching, waiting. Doubt doesn't announce itself with a scream or a roar. No, it's patient. It whispers. And somehow, that whisper is louder than any scream you've ever heard. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. Why even bother trying? And the worst part? It feels like truth. It feels like reality. Because doubt isn't just a voice. It's your voice. It doesn't speak from the outside. It speaks from within, from the depths of your own mind, from the darkest parts of your soul. It knows your weaknesses because it is you. It knows your fears because it was born from them. And it uses them against you, over and over again. This is the shadow within, the enemy you cannot run from, the war you cannot escape. Doubt doesn't strike all at once. That's not its nature. It doesn't come crashing into your life like a storm, tearing everything apart in one violent moment. No, doubt is subtle. It's insidious. It seeps into your mind drop by drop, thought by thought, until one day you wake up and realize it's everywhere. It's in the way you hesitate before speaking, in the way you second-guess your decisions, in the way you hold back when you should push forward. It's in the dreams you've abandoned, the chances you didn't take, the opportunities you let slip through your fingers because some part of you, some deep hidden part, whispered, "You can't." Think about how many times you've heard that voice. How many times it has stopped you dead in your tracks. How many times it has convinced you to play small, to stay safe, to keep your head down and avoid the risk. Now ask yourself this. How much of your life has doubt stolen from you? Doubt is a thief. It doesn't take everything at once. It's not like failure, which strikes quickly and leaves its scars in plain sight. Doubt works in the shadows. It steals piece by piece, moment by moment, until one day you wake up and realize you've built your entire life around it. You've built a life where you don't try because you're afraid to fail, where you don't speak because you're afraid to be judged, where you don't dream because you're afraid those dreams will never come true. And the worst part? You let it happen. You let it happen because doubt didn't come at you like an enemy. It came like a friend. It disguised itself as caution, as logic, as humility. It whispered, "I'm just trying to protect you." And you believed it. But doubt isn't protecting you. It's not your friend. It's your captor. Let's talk about where doubt comes from. It wasn't always there, was it? Think back to when you were a child. Back when you believed you could do anything, be anything. Back when the world felt limitless, and failure was just a word you didn't understand. What happened? Maybe it was a harsh word spoken by someone you trusted. Maybe it was the sting of a failure that cut too deep. Maybe it was the way the world taught you, over time, to measure yourself against others and come up short every time. Doubt doesn't come from nowhere. It's born out of pain, out of fear, out of the wounds you've carried for far too long. And like a parasite, it feeds on those wounds, growing stronger with every failure, every setback, every moment of hesitation. But here's the thing about doubt. It's not invincible. Doubt isn't some all-powerful force that controls your life. It's a shadow, a ghost. And shadows only exist when you turn away from the light. This is where the war begins. Silencing doubt isn't a battle you fight once and win forever. This is a war, a relentless, unending war. Because doubt doesn't disappear. It doesn't die. It waits. It waits for the moments when you're weak, when you're tired, when the weight of the world feels unbearable. It waits for the cracks to form, for the moments when you start to question yourself. And then it strikes. But you are not powerless. You are not a victim. You are a warrior. And warriors don't run from battles. They face them. The first step to conquering doubt is recognizing it for what it is. Doubt isn't truth. It isn't reality. It's a story. A story you've been telling yourself for far too long. Think about the dreams you've abandoned, the chances you didn't take, the opportunities you turned your back on. Were those choices really about protecting yourself? Or were they about doubt? Doubt whispers in your ear, "Don't try, it's not worth it." And you listen because it's easier, isn't it? It's easier to stay where it's safe. Easier to live a small life, a quiet life, a life without risks. But here's the truth. A life without risks is a life without growth. A life without risks is a life without meaning. And deep down, you know this. That's why doubt hurts so much. Because every time you listen to it, every time you give in, you're betraying yourself. You're betraying the person you could be, the person you were meant to be. But recognition isn't enough. This isn't just about understanding doubt. It's about conquering it. Doubt feeds on inaction. Every time you hesitate, every time you second guess, every time you let a moment pass, doubt grows stronger. It wraps itself tighter around your dreams, your potential, your life. So act, move. Take the step you've been avoiding, even if it terrifies you. Speak the words you've been holding back, even if your voice shakes. Chase the dream that feels impossible, even if every part of you is screaming to stop. Because action is the antidote to doubt. And let me be clear, you will fail. Let's not sugarcoat it. You will stumble. You will fall. You will have moments when doubt feels justified, when it points to your mistakes and says, "I told you so." But here's what doubt doesn't understand. Failure isn't the enemy. Failure is the forge. Every time you fall and get back up, you're proving doubt wrong. Every time you rise, every time you push forward, you're stripping doubt of its power. Because doubt doesn't fear failure, it fears persistence. It doesn't care if you fall once, twice, or 100 times. What it fears is that you'll keep going, that you'll rise again and again until its whispers are drowned out by the roar of your determination. So let me ask you, what would your life look like without doubt? What dreams would you chase? What risks would you take? What kind of person would you become if you stopped listening to the voice that tells you to stay small? The voice of doubt is loud, yes, but it's not stronger than you. It's not greater than you, and it will never be louder than the voice of your courage if you choose to listen. This is the war within, a war fought in the quiet moments, in the stillness of your mind, a war against the shadows, the whispers, the lies. But this is a war you can win, not by running, not by hiding, but by standing tall and facing doubt head on, by choosing action over hesitation, courage over fear, belief over disbelief. Because doubt may be strong, but you are stronger. Now rise. Rise and show the world who you truly are. Rise and silence the voice of doubt. Rise and prove to yourself that you are more than the shadows that try to hold you back. This war is yours to win.